HoYoverse is killing the Traveler. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here, back with Genshin Impact video. Okay, so before you guys go crazy thinking that HoYoverse is gonna kill the Traveler in the story, like, no, that's not gonna happen. Like, that's absolutely insane. Why would they kill off the Traveler in the story? He's literally the main character. Why would they do that? It makes no sense. So they're not actually killing off the Traveler. What I mean by HoYoverse is killing the Traveler, I'm actually talking about their skills and elemental bursts. And you guys are probably wondering, what do you mean? The recent element for Traveler, Dendro, he's actually really good. He's a really good support character. His elemental bursts are really helpful for a Bloom team, all that stuff. Like, I'm not really talking about the Traveler's usefulness. I absolutely agree that the recent Dendro element for the Traveler is really good. Arguably one of the best elements for them. But what I mean when it comes to the skills and elemental bursts is their overall flashiness and their uniqueness. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen the elemental skills and elemental bursts for the Traveler for each of the elements. So yeah, have you guys noticed that the last two elements for the Traveler has sort of been a little bit, I don't know, boring? Like the Electro element and the Dendro element for the Traveler, their skills and elemental bursts compared to the Anemo and Geo counterpart is very lackluster in my opinion. Like when you use the Anemo element and Geo element for the Traveler, the skills are so much flashier, and not only that, but they feel a little bit more unique. I know that the Traveler skills and elemental burst is kind of very similar to the Archon of the region, but at the same time it's different enough where it can be unique. And even then, the Electro element for the Traveler, their elemental burst is nothing like Raiden's at all. At least the other three elements is kind of similar to their respective Archon. I mean, the skills are kind of similar, but the elemental burst is nothing alike. So yeah, I feel like that's the only time where they kind of deviated from that. But before I continue my rant, let me show you guys the elemental skill to the Traveler, and that way you guys can see what I mean. Okay, so this is the elemental skill for the Anemo Traveler, and this is the elemental burst for the Anemo Traveler. Okay, so this is the elemental skill of the Geo Traveler, and this is the elemental burst of the Geo Traveler. Okay, so this is the elemental skill for the Electro Traveler, and this is the elemental burst for the Electro Traveler. And if you guys don't know, the elemental burst for Electro Traveler makes it so if you attack an enemy, random lightning comes down from the sky and hits them. Okay, so this is the elemental skill for the Dendro Traveler, and this is the elemental burst for the Dendro Traveler. Okay, so now that you've seen every single element the Traveler can use in order, have you guys noticed that the Traveler's elemental skills and elemental bursts progressively get more and more boring, less unique, less flashy, less everything? Like, I mean, look at this. Like, the Anemo Traveler literally has a Rasengan as an elemental skill. Like, look how cool this is, man. And then you get to the last two elements, Electro and Dendro, and look at the elemental skills now. That was cool and all, like it's kind of like him throwing a shuriken, but at the same time it's not really that great in my opinion, right? So I'm gonna use the Electro Traveler skill one more time, and I'm gonna switch to the Dendro Traveler, and I want to see if you guys notice anything. So I'm gonna use the skill one more time. So yeah, this is the Electro Traveler skill, and now I'm gonna switch to Dendro Traveler, and I'm gonna show you guys their skills. Okay, so this is Dendro Traveler skill.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture.
Do you guys notice anything?
They're the same picture.
The Electro Traveler's elemental skill and the Dendro character's elemental skill are basically a copy of each other. The only thing that changed was their animation. One was purple, one was green, and instead of throwing ninja stars, they throw like little spears for the Dendro Traveler. See, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like it's kind of lazy. I felt like they didn't even try with the Electro Traveler and the Dendro Traveler. I don't feel the same love and care as the first two elements like Anemo and Geo compared to Electro and Dendro. I just felt like they half-assed the last two elements and just came up with something at the last minute because they had to. Like, sure, the Dendro Traveler is really good, but that doesn't make up for the lack of laziness. For me, I'm a Traveler main, and you guys probably like, ugh, Traveler main? Like, that's disgusting. Why would you main the Traveler? They're the worst 5-star in the game. Why would you do that to yourself? And for me, I really like the Traveler because I really like being able to play as myself in these type of games. Nerd. Kind of like how you guys can play as Link in Tears of the Kingdom. It's kind of the same thing. That and also because I'm usually a sucker for the main protagonist. But that being said, as a Traveler main, what I really look forward to when it comes to the Traveler is not so much their usefulness, like the kit and stuff like that. I really look forward to seeing what kind of skills and elemental burst we'll have for the next element. And yeah, when I saw the skills for the Electro Traveler and also for the Dendro Traveler, I was kind of disappointed. The Electro Traveler and the Dendro Traveler aren't really cool in my opinion. Like, I don't really enjoy playing these two elements as much as I do with Geo and Anemo. As much as I love the Bloom team and how strong it is and how much fun it is, the Dendro Traveler is just so boring that I'm just like forcing myself to play the Dendro Traveler, and I don't really like that. And the reason why I think that the Traveler skills and Elemental Burst have gotten lazier over the last two elements is because HoYoverse noticed that nobody really plays the Traveler, and also the Traveler has a negative stigma where they're like the worst 5-star in the game. So instead of focusing on the Traveler skills and animations, they're just making the Traveler a lot better in terms of the kit and stuff like that. That way people start using them, and that way they'll save some time on animation and they can work on other things. And that kind of sucks because as a Traveler main, that's one of the things I look forward to. And the last two elements has sort of been lackluster, at least for me anyway. As good as their kit is for the Dendro Traveler, the Electro Traveler is absolutely horrible in every aspect, the skills and the kit. But the Dendro Traveler, they have a really good kit, but the skills are kind of lame. The Electro Traveler's burst should have been that one electro sword thing he was doing in the story. When he went inside that portal to fight Raiden, like that electro skill, like come on man, that was such a missed opportunity. And they gave us that lame elemental burst for the Electro Traveler. Like the fact that I had to explain what the elemental burst does when I was showing you guys the elemental skills and elemental burst just shows how awful that elemental burst is and how lame it is. I shouldn't have to explain what it does, you know? But here I am explaining it to you guys. I would take more flashy skills for the Traveler rather than really good kit in my opinion. Like that's just for me anyway. Obviously people have different opinions, but for me personally, that's how I feel. But the reason why the Anemo Traveler and the Geo Traveler are so unique compared to the other two elements is because when Genshin Impact first came out, the Anemo Traveler and Geo Traveler were already in the game. That during that time, they're probably trying to make the Traveler look as cool as possible because like the main character, and probably expecting more people to play the main character. And after the game released, they realized that nobody really plays the main character, so they kind of just gave up on trying to make the Traveler cooler and better. And now they're just focusing on the kit. That's why I feel like the Anemo Traveler and the Geo Traveler are so much better in terms of like animation and stuff like that. The Traveler is literally the only 5-star character that doesn't have only like little cutscene, I guess, when they use the elemental burst. Like I know when the game first came out, there wasn't any like cutscene animation for the elemental burst for the Anemo Traveler and the Geo Traveler. That doesn't mean that they can't really add it for the Traveler, but at this point, I really don't think they ever will, because I feel like they don't really care as much for the Traveler as they used to. And for HoYoverse, like adding a cutscene animation for the Traveler elemental burst, you don't even have to actually change the animation. All they do is like change the camera angle, and that's it. It probably won't even take them that long, and even then they still want to do it. And all that stuff combined, it kind of making me very fearful of the Hydro element for the Traveler. That used to be really hyped to see the Traveler's new elemental skills and bursts for like the next element, but now I'm kind of like, I don't want to see it. I'm pretty sure I'm probably be disappointed. I wouldn't be shocked if the Hydro element for the Traveler is literally just a reskin of this skill, but like blue. And then for the elemental burst, it's kind of like Barbara's elemental burst, where it kind of just heals the party. Like the Traveler just puts a triangle, heals everybody on the team. Maybe they might give the Hydro Traveler a off-field Hydro applier, kind of similar to Dendro. Because of how positive the Dendro Traveler got with their kit and stuff like that, they probably might do the same thing for Hydro. That way more people will use the Hydro Traveler. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what makes me really scared of seeing the Hydro Traveler. If the last two elements have anything to show for, the Hydro element for the Traveler, it's probably not gonna be that great in my opinion. Like they seem to be figuring out what people like when it comes to the Traveler and figuring out how to make the Traveler useful, but the skills are probably not going to look great. I have very low expectations of the Hydro Traveler, and that's one of the main reasons why I had to get this video out as soon as possible before Fontaine comes out. To kind of let you guys be aware of what they're doing with the Traveler, and then once we get the Hydro element for the Traveler, we can see whether or not they actually put effort when it comes to the next element for the Traveler. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the main reason why they're not really putting that much effort on the Traveler is because maybe one day, once the Traveler gets all 7 elements, they might re-release the Traveler as a gacha character, like the Avatar State Traveler, where they can use all 7 elements at once. Maybe that's why they kind of gave it on the free Traveler, because they plan on adding a gacha Traveler in the future. That'd be kind of interesting. Maybe we can switch between what elements we want for the elemental skill, elemental burst. Like we can have like a Hydro elemental skill, but like a Pyro elemental burst. Like that'd be kind of cool, right? But if you ever do get an Avatar State Traveler as a gacha, I might actually C6 them. $15,000! Or maybe we might get the other Traveler, like the other sibling, as a gacha character. That'd be kind of cool, right? We get Lumine if we pick Ether, or we get Ether if we pick Lumine. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Also, another thing is that it's kind of a pain to have to go to the statue every single time you want to switch elements for the Traveler. And not only that, but it's also a pain to having to work on the Traveler's talent all over again once we get a new element. I wish we at least kept the normal attacks instead of having to start from level 1 again. I understand the elemental skill, elemental burst, but come on, like the normal attacks, like really? And also do wish that they made made it so the Traveler, for each element, we have their own separate weapon set and like artifact set. That way we don't have to switch between a whole bunch of different artifact sets. Like sometimes I don't remember what artifact set I put on for like the Anemo Traveler, and I have to like guess. Say not only the Traveler skills and elemental burst getting more lackluster by the element, but the Traveler is missing a whole bunch of quality of life updates that I feel are kind of necessary. And I know the HoYoverse knows that we want these quality of life updates because in the Honkai Star Rail, we have a bunch of quality of life updates for the Trailblazer. So I know that they know that we want these. It's just a matter of when they're gonna add it into the game, which might take forever. Maybe like patch 7.0 or something before we get that. Maybe once we get all 7 elements, it's when they add these quality of life updates for the Traveler. But definitely let me know what you guys think about the topic I brought up in this video. Do you guys agree with me that the Traveler is getting more and more lackluster by the element? And also let me know if you guys think that the Hydro element for the Traveler will be basically the same thing as like the past 2 elements, where it kind of feels half-assed with no love put into it. Let me know if you guys think that will happen. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe the Hydro Traveler would be like the best looking element for the Traveler. I could be wrong. But for what I've seen for the last 2 elements, I'm not really gonna keep my hopes up. The last element with flashy skills for the Traveler was the Geo element, and that element came out when the game came out. Every element that had been added since then for the Traveler had been very boring, so yeah, I felt like it kind of just gave up on the Traveler, and I don't really expect much anymore. Like, I really hope I'm wrong, but at the same time, I kind of lost all expectations for the Traveler moving forward. Like, I can no longer get hyped for the new elements for the Traveler anymore. Ever since the disappointment of the Electro element and the Dendro element, but overall, HoYoverse is killing the Traveler. They're killing off the flashiness, the uniqueness, everything like that. The Traveler is literally the only character that can use all 7 elements, and it somehow made him more and more boring. How is that even possible? Like, the Traveler is supposed to be like the main poster child, the main character, the main protagonist, and they do him like this. Like, come on, stop killing the Traveler, please. Like, please save him. Like, they need help, they need saving. But anyways, time of this video, hope you guys enjoyed. I don't want to ramble on too long, even though I ran on for like an hour. But definitely let me know what you guys think about this topic, and whether or not you guys noticed this as a Traveler main. I definitely noticed it. It really stinks for me and all the Traveler mains out there. It doesn't matter how good the Traveler gets, if the Traveler start losing their uniqueness and the flashiness and all that stuff, and it start becoming a carbon copy of each other, and the skills get more and more lackluster and all that stuff, it's gonna start making us hate playing the Traveler, and eventually getting bored of the Traveler to the point where you might switch to a different character. So I feel like them making the Traveler more and more lackluster, but making the kit better, it's kind of hurting the Traveler more than it's helping. Like, I don't understand why they can't just make the Traveler kit good while also making them very flashy. I don't know why we have to compromise one or the other. It makes no sense to me. Hopefully one day they find a way to balance it out and make the Traveler both flashy and unique while also being super strong. And not only that, but I really hope that the Traveler gets a DPS class like the Geo Traveler one day. I hate having the Traveler being a support character. The past 2 elements, Electro and Dendro, have been supports for the Traveler, whereas Anemo and Geo were DPS characters. So I really hope that the Traveler gets like one more element with a DPS character. Maybe like Pyro, that'd be kind of cool, or Cryo. I don't think Hydro will be a DPS character. I think he'll be like a healer, because we don't have a healing Traveler, so I feel like they'll probably make a Traveler a healer for Hydro. But then again, I could be wrong. It could be another like off-field Hydro apply or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, comment on this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have more Genshin Impact videos like this, where I kind of just talk about random things in the game, or you guys like summoning videos on this game, or like guides, or stuff like that, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. And also, if you're interested in my Genshin content, I'll upload Genshin content every single Saturday. At least I try to anyway. And that's definitely time to check out my channel if you guys are interested. But I definitely do apologize for the lack of Genshin content over like the past month and a half. I've been trying my best to get out my reaction to the 3.2 story quest, and that video is taking forever. And part of me doesn't really want to do it anymore. Like, I don't know. It's taking so long. So that's why I'm doing this video. To kind of get a Genshin video out there. And also because I want to get this video out before Fontaine comes out, because obviously this topic is about Travelers being lackluster. That way I can get you guys aware of the situation, and then we can all see whether or not the Hydro Traveler be the same as the previous 2 elements, or whether or not they actually might put some effort into the Hydro Traveler. But yeah, like I said before, definitely let me know what you guys thought about this topic and all that good stuff. And also, if anything else to add in this video, I'll leave a comment in the comment section below, because I don't remember everything I want to say in this video. I'm really thinking off the top of my head, so yeah, like probably a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but I just forgot. But yeah, anyways, commented. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.